Hey everyone, this is Austin-Sensei, and I didn't think you guys would actually want me to do a domestic girlfriend manga reaction review. And I'm going to have to say I cannot post any of the images most of the time from domestic girlfriend in a video because it is a adult. And the big difference between anime and manga is the fact how much they can get away with manga. And as I said before, don't expect photos unless it's a crucial thing that I need to come across, or if I make a theory video. But nonetheless, this is domestic girlfriend, or Keijo no domestic, or however you want to say it, Kano. It's all up to you. I call it domestic girlfriend because, you know, I'm in the land of the free. But nonetheless, so this is chapter 223, and I'm just going to go through kind of the summary of the chapter. And basically, we have Kobayashi, I think that's his name, the cafe Yakuza member. He's quite hilarious. I love him. He was talking to one of his old people, or his brother, about this whole, where, you know, Natsu is, and how there's this new, like, gang activity happening. They're selling drugs and everything. And it's starting to piece it together, what's going on with Natsu, and, you know, especially, like, Misaki, or Misaki, however you want to say it. I'm going to call it Misaki, just to play it safe for some people, because I know some people don't want to, they don't like how I pronounce stuff, so oh well. But nonetheless, at least I'm not saying Natsu is Natsuo. Yeah, there's some people that say that, believe it or not. But it's all starting to add up with what's going on, and I called it. I told everyone on my Twitter. This is all before, you know, I used to talk about the newest chapters on Twitter, and I called that Misaki was not someone to be trusted. There is no one that is completely fine in the mind. Rhyme all I can right there, but when they come up to you and say, I think we're kindred spirits, if that ain't a red flag, boy, you run the other way. That's what you do. That's what I would do. I'm like, you are crazy, woman. No one comes up and says that to you, and you think, oh, I want to go along with her. But Natsu's just a good person. That's who he is. And he's naive, but I'd probably do the same thing. I'm not going to lie, because Natsu is this character that likes to help out everyone before helping himself, and it keeps adding on to who he is, and it's going to blow up in his face. And obviously, last chapter, 222, we had the Rue lovers attack the Hina lovers, and it's just a big conflict. And I'm going to say a couple things at the end. I know some people are going to get very aggravated, but I'm going to have to clarify on my stance with everything. But nonetheless, continue on back to 223. So we see that Misaki does not want to go to the hospital because she doesn't like, supposedly, the hospital after her burn incident. And you're just like, okay, you know, I can understand that. I mean, I have had sepsis, and I hate the hospital. But if I have to go to the hospital and I'm not feeling well, I'm going to bring my damn butt to the hospital. I don't care who you are. You can hate it. I hate the hospital. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's just an awful place, and the food sucks, but hey, what can you do? And even Natsu offered to pay for her. And it's just like, you know, you don't have an excuse, but until we find out later that she's, you know, Natsu goes out and he forgot his cell phone. He comes back to get it. He sees her doing a line of cocaine, and she tries to play it off at first, but, you know, oh, boy. No, this is medicine. Yeah, that's a real good medicine. No, oh my god. And then she plays the whole of, oh, you shouldn't, you know, call the cops or anything because I put some in your food. I'm just like, you know what? I'd throw this goddamn you-know-what out of the damn apartment and say, go find your own way at that point. And the thing is, Natsu really could realistically go to the police and say he was drugged by her. He could get a little bit of trouble, but it's just, I'm surprised he didn't do that. But then again, Natsu is that good person, and it's just, most people I think would do the same thing, like, oh, no, she bluffed him, and he bought it. He bought it full force, and it's just, Natsu, buddy, come on, bud. But it starts to continue on and more, and she says, basically, she won't do it again. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not trying to be harsh. I have actually a couple of friends that are a bit, they're druggies, to say the least, and when they say they're going to get better, most of the time they're not going to get better until it's too late and then they're on their almost their deathbed. I mean, I had family members that were alcoholics that didn't fix themselves until the end and it was too late, and just it's sad, but that's just what it is. And these people, you can really try all you want to help them, but sometimes it's just, well, most of the time it's not going to work out. It's a sad reality that a lot of people don't want to hear. And I don't think Misaki or Misaki is going to change. I really do not. And it's going to lead into more trouble, especially at the end we have a knock on the door. And that right there, who do you think it is? Some in the comments down below before I get into that one. But my bets are on how it's either Hina or the shady guy that was looking for her earlier. And I do think she is going to pull Natsu into a bad situation. A really bad situation. And I think he's going to get hurt again. And I really hope this man, I know it's horrible to say, does not get married to this girl. That's something you shouldn't be in. And now I'm going to tell you my stance on the whole thing. I know people are like, oh, you're a Hina lover. No, I'm not a Hina lover. Oh, you're a Rue lover. No, I'm not a Rue lover. I'm a Wabi lover. No, I'm kidding. I'm actually just at the point of, Natsu needs to find a girl that suits himself. And it's just, all the girls that are around him, besides, I wouldn't say Mawabi, but most of the girls around him are just not really good choices. And I mean, we have Rue that left and abandoned him when he needed her the most. And yes, that's going to put some, bias against her, because, that is what you call a bad person, when they leave you when you need them the most. And we have Hina that sister zone herself, but the thing I laugh about, everyone was quick like, oh, that ship's gone. And yeah, it's been gone for a while, but it's one of those, you better be careful, because I picked up on this wonderful author that she's done things a certain way, and I know a lot of people don't really pay attention to cue marks and everything like that and how it's supposed to be, but I'll just say this. Notice in anime, anytime there's a harem kind of anime, the one that is most like the sister ends with the guy. As weird as it sounds, that's just how it goes. That's a trope. And I'm not going to say I think Hina's going to be the end game, but I think she's highly more likely than Rue at this point. And if you don't know, I saw a good while ago an old image of the whole concept of domestic girlfriend, and Rue was there just to sabotage Hina. And she has done a great job at that, and it's just, I can't pick Hina or Rue. I don't think they're good for Natsu either. And if I have to settle on someone, this is where I'm going to settle. And let me be clear with this and clarify everything. I stand on the side of, I think Hina is probably the best bet to be settling on, because, she is kind of like Natsu at this point. I mean, she puts herself last and puts everyone first, just like Natsu. It's just, when you see them two together, it's just, you feel bad for them. Like, you done it to yourself. Why? Why did you do it to yourself? And going back to 223, this is going to be a really big step into a huge, huge storm of what. And I can't wait for 224. And I'm not going to do it on, I think it does come out Tuesday. I'm not going to do it right away. I do usually see the Raw before, but overall, the videos aren't going to be this long either. But it's just, this was an interesting chapter. I can't wait for the next chapter, and I'm going to try to put it within, the next, well, at least not a week later from when the chapter releases. But I wanted to do this because you guys wanted me to do it. I was kind of surprised, but yeah, hey, if you want me to do other mangas, just tell me, and probably will have my video that I was supposed to do a while ago about should you watch or should you read this manga, and I actually did Domestic Girlfriend as my first one, so whenever I get finished with editing that one, I'll put that out. But this is going to be the review and reaction of 223. And what did you think of this chapter? I know the last chapter was kind of a bit boring, but this one was a lot better. And I can't wait for 224. But anyways, guys, I will catch you later. This is Austin-Sensei, signing out. Peace.